My name is Stephen Morpheus Shaw. That's actually my name, and obviously I go by my middle name so people can recognize me in whatever professional setting I'm in. But lately, I've stepped away from what I usually do, which was festival audio, and I've stepped back into a more corporate audio setting so that I could have more time to write more music. And so over the last, I'd say 9 months, I've written about four complete albums, three or four complete EPs, and about a dozen and a half standalones that were just like some goofy stuff that I was feeling at the time. So now I'm at the precipice of going from what I used to do in my free time, which was build metaverses, to focusing now on a metaverse that actually has a direction and a stream orientation between the real world utility and the metaverse availability, which is the metaverse allows us to all congregate in a space over thousands of miles from one another, and that's always been where my head has gone to, specifically because if we're all going to be shopping together, hanging out together, I wanted there to be great music to listen to together in that same space. So that's where we are now.
That's fantastic. Well, yeah, I mean, I love your music, bro. It sounds great. I love that you incorporate tribal music. I think that's awesome. This is a different vibe for DJ music. I don't think a lot of people play tribal music or incorporate different sounds into the music like that. So I think that's really unique for yourself.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. I really
No
do.
problem.
That means a lot to me because I didn't know if it was going to sit or if it was going to slide off. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, it definitely has it. It hasn't at all. I really enjoyed the bit you played with us earlier.
oh yeah, and that stuff was I wrote that stuff last year.
Well, music's timeless, so I don't, that's the thing. That's the great thing about music is just you could free ball. You can kind of go with what sounds great for you, and over time, I think that's the great thing about it is that over time, other people will listen to it and gravitate towards it, and it's new for them. It's like, yeah, you may have made it a year ago, but it's still great music. It'll be new for them and fresh for their ears.
You're absolutely right. No, you're 100% right, and that's something that I that's kind of one of my all-time shortcomings is when I make music. To me, it's old because I've listened to it 1,000 times into perfection, and then I play it to others. I'm like, oh wow, I totally wish I had the same excitement that I had about a year ago on it. But I'm so glad you're excited about it because that means I can go with it now. I can go with the flow. I'm very excited.
That
Yes. So the whole reason that I started this company called the Morpheus Experience, it was because so many of my artistic friends, my producer friends, DJ friends, folks that draw comic books, folks that make video games, like graphic designers all up and down the creative spectrum, have been looking for a way to integrate into the metaverse, but haven't the slightest clue on how to do it in a way that's going to be not only meaningful but stand the test of time. So as I mentioned before, I've been building metaverses for a long time, and I figured out a long time ago that if you have basically the same structure as what we have in the real world, that's club venues, event coordinators, club spaces, these kinds of things, uh, people that in essence give you the tools and the foundation to do it in real life, those same tools don't necessarily exist in the metaverse. You have a lot of folks that understand coding and understand how to build video games, but they have no idea what it means to throw an event, and let alone an event, a meaningful event, something that they could truly proud of. And so that is my specific wheelhouse. And I've been doing my best to find the medium that it'll fit the best in, but not only that, but have the most potential for growth for not only myself, but for all those people that already have all of these assets. And so us locking this in and figuring out how to make this a sustainable model gives now the opportunity for me to just give them exactly like what Robert gave to me, the ability to just give them a link and give us the links to their things and set it up for them and let the rest just happen naturally. And that is where I've been focused over the last couple of weeks, was how can I make this as easy as possible for as many people as possible. And I think we've finally locked in the formula, and I mean, with some tweaks as we go along, but the baseline formula is there, and I can't wait to show you what we have with it. Oh, I don't even know that I told you about any of this. So my uncle was the lead singer of the Temptations, and I grew up, right? Yeah, he knew my girl. Yes. So I know the old school dances, and so the beginning of my life started with touring with the Temptations. So from the time I was 11 months old till I was about 4 or 5, right when I had to get into kindergarten, that was what my life was touring around with the Temptations. And so over the course of my life, I got to see how their music transcended all boundaries. It went beyond race, it went beyond socioeconomic status, it went well and beyond what it used to be into what it is now. And to me, it was that soul that was the music of the future back then. And so when my uncle passed away, I asked him. So he passed away back in 2010, and I asked him, was he still capable of hitting those same notes that I watched him melt crowds with and bring people together with? And he was dying of leukemia, and so he lifted himself up off the bed and he just looked me dead in my face, and he hit me with his entire vocal octave range in a single breath over 64 bars. And I gotta tell you, like, I knew at that moment that he sang his last musical energy through me, and that from that moment forward, I knew that I had to create that same feeling for as many people as I could, because it's truly something special. It's the one thing that, like, you really can't explain it with words, but deep in your soul that it's truth, it's life, it's love. And we oftentimes, when we're making anything in our professional setting, we have music playing on in the background to keep us centered in ourselves while we're at the computer, while we're out on the town, while we're in the office. And then through the pandemic, it was probably one of the only things that kind of kept us sane, sitting in our own little box. And so now that we're back into the real life and the real world with others, and we can see them up close, this is what I know is the direction that I'm supposed to take. And so I'm very excited to just take these first steps into our new future.
Yeah, that was kind of mind blowing.
I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful message.
Yeah, really great story.
I appreciate that. Like, honestly, I wake up and go to sleep thinking about this. It's not even that I think about it. It's that it's the baseline. It's the predicate for every action that I've taken every single day. And that was why I was so excited and couldn't really explain it to you early on when we were talking about this. I was like, it's too much, and we'll just wait. Yep. I agree. I mean, honestly, I'm a firm believer that there are no mistakes in life. Nothing happens on an accident, and the accidents that do happen, they're happy accidents, or ones that we can learn something crucial with. And that to me was everything lined up perfectly. And at that time when I met you, I was still in the production phase of everything, getting everything ready for just exactly what we're doing now. And so now that timelines have aligned, it's it's beautiful and it's very exciting.
But we're excited, man. This is going to be uh, a groundbreaking, I think, for us and for just people who make music and want to perform for a wider audience.
Yes, yes, and not only the music, the not only those that make music, but a lot of times even the people that make their artwork. Like for example, my girlfriend made my
Mm.
logo, the one that he's used for the NFT. So like this,
Yeah,
she
the logo is
appreciates that.
awesome.
But like this again, it gives us the opportunity for other people, other artists, to now have their day in the spotlight, where it's just like, who made this? Well, I'm glad you asked. So that's gonna be really. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Afternoon delight. Oh, you already know what it is. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be soulful. It's gonna make you feel great, but it's not gonna require that you get up and dance. You still might. You're more than likely gonna. But we're not like going to the club. We're gonna enjoy the afternoon. It's gonna be the one. That's exactly what the stage is set. It's stuff too. My goodness, this shit's strong. 20. Oh, absolutely. The one thing
Oh,
that I'd like
yeah.
to add
I'm
is
ready.
a big old thank you for putting all of this together. The three of you have done something real special here, and I'm so excited to be a part of the team. All right, we're pushing play right now. Yeah, I think that would do well. Sorry about that. My bad. We're just gonna get ahead. And that's gonna set itself.